prone down with the car. It's not ideal. I was going to say about TSM, if you're looking at TSM with 3 alive, don't worry, Break's still in the blue healing, but they're actually in for a bit of a rough time here as Ents is right on the other side. Michael's got himself pretty centralized here. That's pretty good going considering the buildings that are taken. Now, a doozy finding some of these players here, but Omicron are one of those teams that I'm hoping get a good couple more points. They were starting to frag out before, so that was a really nice sign to see. Offstring on the move, though. He's going to be looking for another way forward. Maybe trying to find a bit of cover, try and find a way around to avoid Omicron.
The way that TSM survived this is by shooting at distance. You've got to keep people away from you. If someone gets within nade range of where TSM are, it's that kind of ball effect. You're between 2 little hills. Yes, you are covered, and there is safety with the terrain that you're in, but it'll also, nades will roll into you. Even if they hit a wall, they'll be bouncing back. With 3 people just dug in there, quite literally bunkered in, it's going to be really, really nasty if anyone gets up close and personal and just throws a couple of curveballs within. They can't move, simply fact, Ents has the buildings in front of them. There's nothing else you can really do. You pull up there, you're going to die. Raise Your Edge Diamond Dogs, another fight that will be kicking off soon. Speaking of kicking off, Misa, a man who can. He's been having a blinding few games, to be honest with you. I suppose when there's nothing else to lose, you might as well just go full on Page and Ival, go on to Kemba. Take one out from the beast that is Na'Vi. They are on a steamroll, they're on a mission today. Stop them in the tracks and maybe pick up some kills. More importantly, leave some for yourself.
Yeah, Misa trying to find one downhill from him, unable to connect as he'd like. The peaking time that you have available to you is limited because Na'Vi are just trying to mop up the lobby, take everything away from anyone else. Krabik goes into Bestlog's pocket. Happy with that. Why not get some more? Simsy just got knocked though as well. That's a bit of a shame there as Omicron are suffering casualties. Some of these teams chasing are starting to lose out in numbers.
Rahina on the move, but really, where can you go? Smokes are up, they've been stopped in the tracks. Everyone's got an 8 and a 6 times. I'd expect these boys to die. That's 3 different angles that can see them. Smokes, well, eventually once they dissipate and they remove themselves a doozy. Holding on with a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you. Headshots there, no helmet on Sadovnik, but still answers back. Grenades up. Uniquely moving down the hill. A doozy on the off flank. Again, no helmet. Level 3 chest can take a bullet to the chest, but not one to the head whatsoever. He will go down instantly. Sadovnik with the SLR. Time to back off, time to run. But standing from a distance, stands strong and allows a doozy to regroup with the rest of the team. Downstairs, we'll take a quick look at Winstreak. Off string still. Going strong onto Omicron. That's bad news for them.
Yeah, they're being really, really pestered. There's still 16 teams standing. Keep in mind at this point, look how hard people are digging their heels in. 7 have gone down. We just watched their fight as Lost HD just engaged towards Simsy. I'm pretty sure Simsy was knocked before, and it looks like the Diamond Dogs might have to just fold into this fight, which could be bad news in a way for Raise Your Edge and them. Mutually assured destruction in the east. Neither are safe right now. We're seeing everyone pulling up towards Northern Lights. Tixu gonna find a good handful of kills there for Ents. That's good work from him, 2 to be precise. Now, can the Diamond Dogs and Raise Your Edge have a clean fight? That's the big thing here. Simsy does get flushed. Lynxy pushing up as well. He's fancying a bit of it. Good nade. Doesn't get a knock here. Now, where's the rest of the fight going to come in from? Gaxie's there, Lampalot's there. Tomil needs to get into position. Get ready for the push. Lynxy is feeling aggressive. He wants a bit of it.
Omicron's gone. That's rather unfortunate. Gaxie will fall down. That's a grenade response from Calvin Klein. Onto the off angle we potentially will go. Will they consolidate themselves? Lynxy, if you hit this nade, you are going to just expand your team's potential on this leaderboard. Tomil damaged. Time to regroup yourself. The flashbang, at least for a second, knocks him out. Calvin's back on his feet. Lampalot, time to heal, same for Tomil. You can see what they're doing. Both of these teams are panicking. There's no, like, definitive maneuver what to do. Calvin, by doing this, yes, he has no health. Yes, it's treacherous, but it draws attention. You don't know how many people are on the back of that bike. He's just trying to find something. Stay alive. Get your head down. People can see you. Lost HT. That's the distance. He tricks the kill. Goldamenta confirms it. The Diamond Dogs forced to run once again. Anuctive completely at distance away from the rest of Unity. Also might be having his way with the rest of the Diamond Dogs.
Rustamar just found Goldamenta. If Raise Your Edge get a good couple of kills in this game and start pushing, they can make it into 7th maybe, and then look further afield, looking higher. It's so close by. Goldamenta is being picked up as we speak, though. They want him back on his feet. They want the full squad going forward. They want their team beside them, but this is a dastardly run. Look at the amount of smokes they're putting down to try and achieve this. And look how many teams nearby. The Diamond Dogs have gone in 12th. IG are now finding a lot of frags going towards them. Not ideal at all.
Diamond Dogs are marking their teams around the 10th and 13th area. Inside games, another team that was just lingering on the outskirts. The two focuses now switch. Northern Lights, ENCE, what can you do? ENCE, you've got TSM knocking at the door. This will be a big fight. This takes down a champion team that is above you. If you win this battle, this is going to excel you in points and also open it up further. This is a huge fight. If they win this, this is fantastic news for ENCE. And a grenade like that just sets the ball rolling.
Yeah, Diggory's going to be happy with that one. Michael going down. Gemty and Fex are now put under pressure to do something about it. The flush comes out as well. A worthwhile investment of that utility. Gemty and Fex kind of backs to the blue. Squeaky's holding the angle as well, so they can't really utilize that hillside. Raise Your Edge are under fire again. Gaxi just got knocked too. They are having all kinds of trouble here. And it looks like someone like Inocutive can make their life even harder.
The only problem for ENCE is ELG. Elgiganton on the back of three players directly opposite them. This comes down to Squeaky's job to keep a track of them. He has the open doors to have a look. Coldamenter's
gone down. That's to Northern Lights as well. Even better for them.
That's
Flush to follow.
Fight.
Northern Lights are doing some damage. Gaxi barely stands and he falls. And the points go to Northern Lights. Raise Your Edge are down in 10th. That is, again, a subpar performance. Rustamar just spots him on the cross. It's time for Squeaky. Can he hold this? He's got players in front. He's waiting for the push. Tags up Fex, but that's not enough.
Teams that needed to do well. This is important.
Dedicated to this spot to ensure that they can't cross. He might die for it, but he'll take probably one, maybe two with him. And they're going to try and take him down. Diggory focused on it. Don't know if he caught the cross on it, but now ENCE, this is problem times. This is hard for them to fight out of. They're staying calm and cool under pressure, but I assure you it's building. But Marcelek just got some attention from an angle he was not expecting.
Yeah, that is a really random angle, to be fair, and you wouldn't expect ETG to be getting involved at this point. This further advances ENCE. If he can survive this one over the car and look towards the player just off the back of the caravan, this would be formidable. Norcus has no idea. Throwing these grenades gives away the info. Rustamar hits the deck with a barrel at close combat range. It will be fantastic, and it'll get the job done in a 1 versus 1 scenario, but there is a bit of kick to it. And he still doesn't have the level of information. Inocutive, remember, still on that hillside with the SLR and the scopes. Has been a nuisance to team so far. Could do the same again here for both ELG and ENCE.
Circle closing in towards Northern Lights. If there's a game to do it, this is it, Northern Lights. How far can you take this? Can you pressure 8, 7, 6 even? How far are you going to take this one? 8 teams remaining, 17 players. Inocutive snuck his way in as well. He's still down in the southeast. You have Trico doing the same. Unity have a couple of players here and there, but these outskirts teams turn into rather tantalizing prospects for the players sitting in the elevated positions, such as Northern Lights, such as ETG. Inocutive going to find a doozy. That's way out in the distance. Nice little pickup for him. He gets the flush as well.
27% of players currently on the server being Russian. You're just going to see a lot of CIS battles going down. Na'Vi still looking onwards of NLT. NLT do not want to get too fixated and look away from Na'Vi. If you leave them unchecked, they'll be able to get to the buildings. That's when it becomes a really nasty problem. With the buildings that they're in, yes, they're good for now. They give a good level of viewership across the entirety of the map. But if people are close, you lose track of them. Been upstairs in the level 2s and with them being long form-style buildings, it's really, really difficult to keep a tab on where people are. We like to call this sometimes the poor man's Pachinki, just down the hillside of NLT. Have been here from the very start, and they're making good work of it. Tracer fire comes through onto Inocutive. 7 people can see his angle. This pays off for someone like Rustamar, someone like Norcus. They can move under the sound of gunfire, and also even get involved and steal one. Good kill there, good point for ENCE.
Yeah, slowly but surely trying to do anything he can for his side, Rustamar here. Sadly, the next bit of cover a little further away. Not sure if he's quite in yet. He might be able to just shuffle himself in a little bit further forward. Na'Vi getting very close by, though, towards Northern Lights. It looks like Trico might have been spotted here. This could be it. It is. Down he goes. Northern Lights, though, have found Bestalog. That's another kill going towards them. 67 points now. One more, and they're going to jump Raise Your Edge purely from these kills. So this could be huge for them. This really puts them as contenders if they could convert on the last game as well. Now, we still have 4 men standing in the south here. Don't look past ETG in this. Not necessarily looking for top placement as such, but they could certainly do some damage. Northern Lights again receive circle.
Norcus yet to show his hand. within this entire scenario. If he knocked on to Rustam, it would be devastating. For the simple fact that ends are just another one of these teams trying to as much as they can from the depths of nowhere. Bottom of the barrel scraping, it seems to be working because other teams are just having a poor day, to be honest. Lyron moving on to Na'Vi, a bit good. For NLT, gives them a bit more breathing room and an extraction point out back if needed. Senya making some noise and just letting them know exactly where they are. Spyro, clips one. They've made it in. They're at the walls, but how much further can they get within? Okay.
Senya's so crisp.
Is it knock from Senya?
Look at this. While the time working up, he's getting closer and closer. Oh, Perfectus might have seen him yet. He has. That's going to be a bit of an unfortunate turn of events for Rustamar. I don't think he's quite in the circle either now. That nade could be it. This could put them up right towards Raise Your Edge. A little too short on that. Round two, having to go at it. Rustamar trying to fight back, do some damage. Not going to happen. But Tulins finds Rustamar. And now the points come flooding in. 7 kills this game. 6 as it stands. They can continue to push this as well. ETG are suffering casualties to Na'Vi, and Edgar are going to have to be careful where they go now. Northern Lights looking for every point here. Get free MP. Where do these go? Na'Vi steals 1. That's going towards the tab. Na'Vi don't need any more kills. They've got 7 in this game.
This was the difficulty, though, for NLT to try and stop Na'Vi from making it to those buildings. By doing so, it gets a little bit more difficult. I don't know if they realize that Senya is still holding a different angle. It is difficult to make it now towards the tab. However, it's getting easier the more players from ETG die. Tab confirming the kills. 8 kills on the side of NLT. Northern Lights are having a beautiful game so far. Yes, they've been gifted this circle, but they've still been proactive in picking up frags. If free MP can go down, and NLT can just focus fire onto Na'Vi. And they would need to do so because we know that these boys can be a nuisance. They're a formidable set of opponents, and still the tab and Senya. The tab today has been absolutely proficient. Senya, still that one player that always hits it every single time. Hammer comes down, job done. 2 versus 2 in terms of teamwork. And it's a 2 versus 4 for Na'Vi. However, at some time they just don't feel like they're at a deficit. These individual players are just, they're worth more than one man in themselves.
Sadly for Senya. Vest looking pretty trashed right now. Spyro's found tab, and it looks like Senya left to do it all. Not much to be seen here for him. Going to try and make a good go of it. Love that little nade there on the corner. That's not bad. Nice idea. Sprays in on 1. Not going to happen. Northern Lights have just about made this an incredibly competitive top 10 even further.
Well, coming into this today, they had 27 points just before round number 5. 20-point game will do them wonders. 9th place in total with 61. That shoots them up to what? 81 points? That actually might put them in 5th place.
It could do. I'm not going to start guessing scores yet, Rich. I think that's something we need to wait and see. But for Northern Lights, they've done some serious damage there. The kills, the placement, is exactly what we said was a big factor for these teams if they wanted to start looking towards making into that top 6, to pressure the teams that might have made errors today by simply not turning up as they should have. That's the performance to do it.
And once again, it's PUBG in a nutshell, right? It's going to come down to this very last game. We don't know who's qualified until it's all said and done. Na'Vi are having an absolutely stellar time. We'd have to say them, WTSG and Liquid, they're through. But for anyone else, when we go into this last game, it's anyone's.
It really is. Let's hear from Northern Lights. They've got to be happy with that win.
They are very happy, Lauren. A win and 10 kills alongside it, and you guys are making this race very close. First thing I want to ask you, though, is what changed between your games yesterday and today? What adjustments did you make?
We actually didn't change anything except from looting spot on an angle. Yeah, so we know that WTSG and Liquid are not in the game, and Exalt, yeah, of course. So we were able to loot something from them, yeah. And when we saw some people in Pachinki, I decided to take